All right, it's day 3, and we are out here at the Klondike Bluffs. I think we've got about a 17-mile ride today, and again, haven't ridden this trail, so I'm really excited. I think it's a little bit more of a trail ride than yesterday's whole enchilada, which means we got some uphill. And I'm not gonna lie, pretty sore, but gonna power through it. But yeah, I'm really excited. Day 3, last full day. Tomorrow's a half day, and we're doing Ahab. Also, I'm on a new bike today. I'm on a Brian's bike, and well, Brian's old bike now. He's on the Rayon now, and I've never ridden one, so I'm kind of excited for that. All right, so I made a huge mistake. I forgot one piece to my gimbal that attaches it to my chest mount, but luckily, Sean here has got a massive setup. It's the GoPro, the Karma setup, and he is being insanely generous, and I gotta throw mad props because he's letting me put his setup on with my GoPro in it. And it's pretty cool because it's got the Karma grip, and then he's got this extra battery that I'm just going to throw in my backpack, and it'll be interesting and pretty awesome if I don't have to change batteries all day.
None.
Like, that would be pretty rad.
It'll run for about 7 hours.
This just turned into an interesting ride because I'm on a new bike, and I've got a whole different gimbal setup. I'm trying out the GoPro Karma grip, and I'm really excited because it's like constantly charging my GoPro, and I'm not gonna have to swap batteries on the GoPro, which is like so sick. Is this an adapter that you had to have, Sean, to be able to fit a Hero 4 in it? Because normally they come with the Hero 5. And that was like the big downside because then you'd get bad audio.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a $40 housing or something like that. Nothing too expensive.
Okay, so you had to change the housing to get the 4 in here, but now I'll be stoked to see what the stabilization is like and how convenient it is to not have to change my batteries throughout the day. So today, how's it going, man? Today I am on a Bronson. Never ridden this bike before, never even tried Brian's. This is an aluminum bike, not a carbon one. And I think it's probably like one of the entry-level Bronsons because it doesn't have the real sophisticated dampening controls on the suspension, but feels pretty good so far. It's interesting, hopping from bike to bike. This is now the 3rd bike that I've ridden between my bike at home and then this bike here, and then the other bike from yesterday, and within the last like 4 days. So getting used to them all is definitely interesting. Where are we going?
I almost took us off the cliff. Uh-oh.
Oh, right there?
Straight ahead. You don't want to go that way.
Bonus line, though.
Yeah. See how good you guys are at circles. Is this a drinking game? Let's go Dino Flow. You guys should this whole shit up for on.
That was a fun section. Howdy, guys. This ride is much more like a trail ride.
Yep.
I am definitely not feeling fantastic on this bike. It's just not to be expected first day, like first ride on a bike, you know?
everything about it is different, you know? The bars are narrower. The whole bike is shorter. The suspension is completely different. Even the brakes and shifting, there's not one thing that's the same. Tough switch back here. No problem, man. This is pretty sweet. Got me thinking about things. Not having to stop to change a battery is insane.
Oh man, it's such a time saver and just a pain in the ass saver.
Yeah, and less in my pack. It's actually like the brick is probably just equivalent to how many batteries I volume-wise. Yeah, and it'll all come down to how stable this thing is and how good the sound is. Like, I'm actually super excited. Turned into a positive thing.
Yeah, hopefully it works out. Hopefully, yeah, because I'm not sure how the sound quality will be with, you know, all
we'll
that.
see.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Yeah. All right, we are heading up the hill to Little Salty. Some down.
All right.
Oh shit!
What?
This thing came open.
Okay, just push it, it'll snap. There you go, it should be good.
Some nice techie, punchy climbs here. I like. I am going pretty slow today. My body is feeling it from that fall yesterday. And the ride, I mean, you know, I would definitely be sore from that ride regardless. All right, get some downhill now. Yeah, and then, yep. All right, we're on the UFO trail. We're about to be at least.
Well, we're technically on it, but it just started at the bottom.
Yeah.
Where we came up.
And you said it's a UFO because those big flat rocks?
Yeah, the big rocks that are, like, especially that one and that one. But then
yeah, that's
we'll
cool.
Weave around and then go up to this little ridge, second ridge, and then we'll drop down and it'll actually be fast, slick rock that direction.
Sweet. That one kind of looks like the one from Men in Black. It's just not as tall up. All right, we got Sean in front. Some dry turns. Fast and sweepy right here. And then I was told that there's some blown out turns coming up. Yeah, pretty blown out. That was fun. Going up. Get nice and wide. Got another one up here. Thank you, man.
This last one?
Yeah.
I made it burn a little bit.
A little bit.
But
See how comfortable I can be on this bike, though. Following this dude.
make it do what you want.
And don't worry about it.
Impose your will on it, Alex.
Just fucking muscle through everything.
Yeah.
That's rad. Whoa, that was a good line.
Look, downhill. Your first right turn goes down. That's it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I followed you.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bud. Woo! Getting a little loose.
The rock wanted me.
Yeah. Good shit, dude.
When I hit that turn, oh my God, there's the big old, sometimes you just get with those, you know what the bad ones are? Those fucking saucer looking rocks.
Yes.
I kicked one up out here actually and broke, kind of like that one, maybe a little flatter. And broke one of my toes because I had new tires on my bike. And I was just railing fast down Little Salty, kind of just like this. And you pick one up and just smashed right off the front of my foot, and I immediately went, hey, broke my toe. It was my pinky toe. So
I always get those in the shin.
I got one in the shin too. Yeah. I got one in the shin yesterday.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Those
good.
things hurt.
And you're like, you know you're okay, but it hurts like a son of a bitch. You're like cussing on your bike.
Just keep going.
You're
Don't
almost
think
like,
about
just
it.
like, that was a good one.
Yeah. We're all pretty tight.
Yeah, we're all, exactly what I was just gonna say, we're all standing real, like, nice and tight. Everybody's giving each other space. We all look like we've been riding together for years.
I fucked you all so hard.
How did that happen so quick? I said we look like we've been riding together for years and I hadn't even finished saying
I blame it on you. You jinxed us. Or it could have been that I was trying to purposefully drag your tire.
I thought that that's what you were doing. That's exactly what I thought you were doing.
Oh, look at this. Look at that plane out
I was
there.
like, he likes to break bikes, but he knows what he's doing.
I like to fuck around. It's fun. That's we're out here to have fun, right?
Me too.
I like to play around.
No, I can't fault you for it. And like you know, when my boss said it to me, it's like, you know, like I try my best.
Yeah.
I don't want people to get hurt. I don't want bikes to get hurt.
Yeah, of course not.
At all. Obviously, you're more important than the bike. But it's just like, you know, like you saw back there. You saw. I went around a turn, hit it perfectly, and a rock just came out.
It looked like you were trying to dig into the turn, into the sand really hard.
No, I was trying to get good traction in the sand, and there was just a rock that I didn't even see there. So, just I mean, shit just happens out here. You do the right move, and so you get down.
Down to business. That was sick.
Yeah, we got
Yes,
here,
we could just
got
crank.
here so much faster than I thought we were going to. Not that I thought you guys weren't going to get here quick, but we got here quick. That's good. That's awesome. But let's
Sam, look at me real quick.
I'm sorry? I got bug.
Little buggy hanging, like a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
It's still there.
It looked like a
Just
flip
give it
bar.
a pincher. Boom.
Got it?
Yeah.
His damn nose beard.
Mess up his video, man.
That had nothing to do with my video. That's better for the video.
Welcome to Moab.
Blow some snow rockets.
Everything's good here.
Yeah, let's get Monica some screen time.
Give me a star. You say Colombians don't know how to dress. Great contrast.
As long as we're not saying Colombians don't know how to ride, which I know for a fact is not gonna happen. Rider up. Howdy, guys.
Hey.
Thank you. Whoa.
I took the VXMC guy out last year. Have you met him before?
Oh, the who?
VXMC. He has a YouTube bike. He's a funny guy.
BKXC. Yeah, that's my buddy.
Oh yeah. He's awesome. He does like the funniest commentary.
Yo, he is hilarious.
While he's riding, like.
No, you're good, bro.
The whole time. Like, I was just laughing the whole time.
He's got super dry sense of humor too.
Sure, yeah. But he's really lighthearted too.
Oh, for sure. He's a great guy.
Don't kiss on that mountain.
Whew. Good. I'm feeling pretty good. The gimbal battery finally died.
You guys go out and hit mine or
We're like
3 hours, 4 hours into this, 3 hours in, the battery on the gimbal finally died.
A little salty to the top, and then we went over. We did instep, or actually we did UFO.
But
All right, done with yet another ride, and everyone's dead. I think everyone's feeling it a little bit more today. After the third day, you start feeling it. We're all getting back to the bus, and we are super hungry. But luckily, we've got sandwiches just ready for us, and beer and chips if we want, and cookies. Look at that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Chips Ahoy.
Look at that cooler. That's just full of all good stuff. And we've got maybe a little bit something more today. We might go to Barley. We might go hang out in town. We might go to a little swim spot. But yeah, it's so sad when you start getting towards the second half of the trip. But we still have one of the best rides tomorrow, so I'm stoked on that. Esteban just spotted Sheila. Someone bought Sheila and they've already repurposed her. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, those are different bars than mine. But hey, at least she's out here. That'd be such a pleasant thought if someone actually took her and used her the same way. All right, so we're gonna go back into town. We're gonna start drinking beers and we're gonna go to a little watering hole and hang out, have a good time. The ride with the Karma grip was surprising. I'm surprisingly happy with it. I'm not gonna give like my final analysis until I go look at the footage, which I'll put right. I want to make sure the stabilization and audio, because that's going to factor in heavily. But I will say the battery lasted the entire ride. I didn't have to change the battery, and that's pretty amazing to me, actually. That makes a big difference when you're riding with people, especially. So right here at the end of this clip, I'll tell you how the audio and stability is. All right, I'm back from the trip and I have gone over the footage and made the video, and I gotta say I am pretty impressed. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you through a quick rundown of what I thought of the Karma grip setup and compare it to what my setup is using the Evo SS gimbal. We'll talk about price point, we'll talk about functionality and how it feels like on the trail, and then we'll also talk about the quality of the footage. So to start, I gotta say, I actually have never tried the Karma grip before this, and the reason is that it only worked with the GoPro 5 and higher. And the problem there is that the GoPro 5 and 6 do not have nearly as good of audio as the GoPro 4. So the game changer here is this adapter that you can buy for another $40 and connect to the GoPro Karma grip, and therefore plug in a Hero 4. And that's what makes this all possible. So let's talk about how much these both cost. This is the Evo SS gimbal. This is what I have used in every video of mine up until this point, and this costs $275. Now, that is basically it for that side, for that setup. These are the two things that both of these setups have in common. You do have to have a chest mount, whether it be the Stuntman or the GoPro chesty mount or whatever you use, and then a GoPro. So these two are going to be the same no matter which route you go. Now we have the Karma grip set up over here, and that includes the Karma grip itself, which is $275 alone, which is the same as this. Then you have to pay $40 to get this adapter, which in my opinion is absolutely necessary. Then you have to buy this adapter extension cable so that you can actually connect it to the chest mount and put the other half, this half, in your backpack or your camelback. So if you don't like wearing a camelback, this is out of the question, obviously. So this is another $100. And then to do the setup that I was doing that Sean uses, where you don't have to have additional GoPro batteries and you don't have to worry about your battery, you do have to have an external battery bank and the connection to add it to the Karma grip and GoPro and have it charging both of those things at the same time, and that's gonna run you an extra $50. So at face value, it looks like this is a $475 setup, and over here you're looking at just $275. And it would be easy to look at that and say, well, that's an obvious choice, but you cannot overlook this. All of the batteries you have to buy if you want to run a gimbal. So each official GoPro battery, and these are definitely better than the generic one or the other ones you can get on Amazon, are about $25 a pop. And I have maybe like, I think I might have 10. That's another $250 I've spent in batteries just to keep this setup running. So in all honesty, that kind of almost levels the playing field. 275 plus 200, 475, 475 setup. And it comes down to the fact that with this one, I don't have to be changing the batteries throughout the ride. It is so convenient. So when it comes down to cost, I kind of feel like they are indeed a tie. Now, does everyone need 10 backup GoPro batteries? No, but I go on big rides and my job is to film it, so I need to make sure that I never run out of power. The worst thing you can do is get to the top of an epic ride and not have any battery left to film it with. Okay, so now let's talk about performance. When looking at the video and audio from this recent video, the one that you guys just watched, I was very, very impressed. The Karma Grip had what I thought to be very good stability, and with having the GoPro 4 in there, the audio was just impeccable. It was amazing. It's what I've come to love and expect out of the GoPro 4 with a mic on it for the wind. So I feel like there was absolutely no compromise there. And honestly, I think that the stability might have an edge on the Karma 4 or the Karma Grip. The Evo SS does have the best stability out of all the other gimbals on the market, the like freestanding ones. I think that the main difference is in their turning. When you're going around turns, the Karma Grip turns faster. This one turns a little bit slower and more steady. To summarize, performance-wise, I'd say that they're about a tie. They both perform up to my expectations for my videos. They are very good stability-wise, and they have very good audio. So I'd give it a tie across the board. So now let's talk about something that has a little bit more difference in it, and that is the form factor or the ease of use, because that's a really big part of this. If my setup was extremely inconvenient, I would be much less inclined to use it. So being able to strap something on or being able to just put it on and forget about it is actually very important to me while filming rides. So the Evo is something that I've done over and over. It's quite simple. It's got a piece that attaches right down here, and then it just attaches to the chest mount. I put it on there and that's it. The biggest inconvenience of the gimbal is that I have to take the GoPro out of it a couple times per ride to change the GoPro battery. The gimbal battery lasts most of the time for an entire ride, but the GoPro battery I probably change an average of 2 to 3 to 4 times, and if it's a big ride or if it's cold out, I'm changing it up to 8 times a ride, and that can be a really big hindrance, especially if you're riding with friends. So that is the Karma or the Evo, and then over here the Karma Grip. The biggest thing is this battery bank in your backpack will come to the grip and the GoPro via this extension cable and keep it running the entire time. This particular ride was about a 3.5 hour ride. It stayed charged the entire time. I never had to touch the batteries, and it was amazing. I loved it. All I had to do was turn the GoPro on and off, which you can do without stopping, without getting off the bike, and it was very convenient. Now you do sacrifice a little bit, because this has to go from your backpack to your chest. And some people might not like that. I didn't find it an issue at all. I merely wrapped this piece around the waist belt of my Camelback, and that kept it from actually pulling on the rig itself. And then this piece right here kind of sits down on your stomach. And that, I think, could annoy some people, but honestly, it didn't bother me at all. And if anything, I think it might have helped the stability out a little bit, having a third point of contact or a second point on my stomach. And on the steep stuff, no, it did not get in the way. Honestly, I didn't even think about it the entire time. So with that in mind, I think that the edge probably goes to the Karma Grip, just because the ease of use of not having to change out batteries is absolutely game-changing. To keep this gimbal stable, like really stable, I do have to put my chest strap on my Camelback. You have to be wearing a Camelback to keep this one really nice and stable, because you have to strap the top strap across the chest mount to keep it from flipping this way. I think the Karma Grip relies a little bit less on that, which also may give it a slight edge, especially to someone who's looking to not wear a pack. However, then you would have nowhere to store this except maybe in a bib or something. So you know, a couple different ways I could imagine this happening, but in the end, I think that ease of use goes to the Karma grip. In the end, my opinion is this. I already own this, and I already own this whole setup, so I'm probably not going to be changing. There's been a new introduction of a camera to the market called the Rilo, which is a 360-degree camera, and it's making pretty big waves. I've seen Seth use it, and I'm pretty excited about what that camera and its software can do. So I think I might just end up waiting for that new. It's not quite, the video quality isn't quite up to par where it needs to be. It doesn't do 4K, but I think maybe the second generation is gonna kind of change the game. So, but if I hadn't had this already and I was just now in the market for a setup, I would opt to go with the Karma grip. I would. I'd get a Karma grip, I'd get the battery, I'd pay the ridiculous $100 for this cable, I'd buy my Hero 4, which is on sale at this moment for $183 on Amazon. If you were looking at a camera, at a GoPro or just a action camera, go check that out. It's on a very good sale. I just bought one. But if I had yet to invest, I would probably invest in this setup, just because not having to mess with batteries during a ride, not having to force your entire group to stop if you're out filming with friends is an absolute game changer. And if you want to go on a bigger ride and still not change it, you just get a bigger battery bank, and you don't have to be paying the $50 for 2 batteries, for 2 GoPro batteries. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the quality of this video versus the quality of the other videos that I've filmed with the Evo. Let me know down in the comments. Do you have a Karma? What do you think about it? Have you been using it for more than just one ride? Like I said, I've only done this one ride, so my experience is limited. This is just my humble opinion. Do you have an Evo? Do you have a Feiyu? What is your riding setup, and what do you think about it? How do you think it compares to these two? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again. Massive shout out to Sean for saving my ride and letting this video even happen, because without him and his setup, you guys wouldn't be watching this today. So thank you, Sean. And I hope you guys enjoyed this day 3 of our Moab Chasing Epic trip. We do have one more day and one more video coming up, and I am back in Asheville, which means Seth and I are getting back to work on the van, which I know a lot of people are stoked on, and it is awesome to see in the comments people asking for more van videos, because that means you guys haven't been enjoying it so far. So I'm really stoked about that. We've got some really exciting things to come. Until I see you there, you know what to do. Live free, ride hard, get stoked.